Okay, so welcome to the guitar show. It's just sort of a bit of a live stream just to go through the gear setup here, and this is just really just to tell you why I have this set up. Basically, I'm currently doing some demos for companies like Free the Tone, Thorpe Effects, Carl Martin, and some other companies. Daniel's Guitars, who I am wicked English guitar builder, and so I just sort of do demos for their instruments and products, and also we're doing some lessons as well, so just for the general sort of guitar players out there who want to sort of improve their playing. So I'm just going to show you sort of my setup here in the studio, and then if you've got any questions you can feel free to ask. So if I take you through the guitars first, basically I'm going to be doing a bit more of acoustic playing, and I've done one pedal already on this nylon guitar and this acoustic guitar. So we've just started to get more into the acoustic thing, which is very dear to my heart. This is a filed Eric Bibb signature model, which is an amazing guitar for lots of projects that I play in, particularly at the moment with an Indian singer called Najma Akhtar, and a dancing guitar duo with my compadre Johnny McCourt, who's a great jazz guitar player in London here. We've got an old 60s an old 60s Supro Sahara, and the only reason I bought this guitar was, well, as well as looking very cool, I'd just been to the Sahara Desert to record an album, so I thought, well, I might as well have a guitar that's called this Supro Sahara. And we've got the P Project here. This is one of the best nylon kind of Telecaster guitars out there, and I first heard this guitar on Sting's 10 Sumner's Tales, so songs like Shape of My Heart and I think it's 7 Days, and it's just got that tone, you know, you just plug it in, no EQ, and it just has that tone. So these are kind of the P Project and the Filed are great for doing the acoustic thing. Got a Daniel's guitar Les Paul here. This is his first prototype. If you don't know Daniel's Guitars, basically he's a really cool new guitar maker, guitar builder in the UK. So somebody you want to check out. He's really making some fine instruments. So have a look at the top on this. Kind of reminds me of a Dwayne Allman sort of tobacco burst. And another point is I'm using Mojo pickups in that guitar and quite a few of my others. That's another maker that I sort of demo for, is Mojo pickups. And his pickups are absolutely phenomenal. Again, another UK-based maker. This guitar here is a Guiatone LG200, and has incredible sounding pickups on this. Totally original from 1960. It's for that sort of spaghetti western twang tone. These are a couple of sort of this guitar here, and it's got a sister, which is this one here, a kind of parts casters. So Brazilian neck, flame maple back, and it's an old Guiatone pickup there from the 60s, and a Mojo pickup, which is a Robin Ford spec Mojo pickup, which is really cool. And this is the Strat, which I'm going to talk about. This Strat, it's Mark from Mojo pickups is rewinding the middle pickup at the moment because I broke it, because I'm a very clumsy person. And I like these tuners. It's got raw vintage hardware, and I put the gold hardware on because I'm a Stevie Ray Vaughan fan, and that's my kind of one nerdy indulgence. This is a Cudacaster, because one of my favourite players, if not my favourite player, or artist rather, is Ry Cooder. So these are two original 60s pickups, which is Ry Cooder's configuration. And it's got a nice neck. And I never go. I started off with a 43mm neck on this. Just for people that want to buy these guitars. Don't, in my opinion, don't get a 43mm neck because you can't get your thumb over it. And these two, this guitar here and this one, so the Strat and the Telly, are Navigator made by ESP in Japan. So these are Japanese guitars. Really good quality. Expensive, but you can get hold of one. They're very good. You know, maybe not the best Strat in the world or Telly. They definitely have a unique kind of take on it. But I just kind of gel with them. And they've both got Mojo pickups in them. So, oh no, this Telecaster has got a Don Mayer in the bridge. And I can't remember. It's got a really cool pickup in the neck. I cannot remember what it's got in the neck. But anyway, it will come to me. So that's really cool. There's some other guitars, but they're not here at the moment. This is the board. So I kind of use this. Is good for demoing because it's based around a gig rig board, so you can kind of switch pedals in and out. And this is my kind of live when I'm doing a tour, and I can take my sort of more equipment, and I take this thing. It's a bit of a beast, and that's inside there. Zuma Strymon Power. Can't show you how good that is. It's the best power, you know, for power and pedals. Really quiet, isolates everything, just beats everything, hands down. And some Free the Tone pedals, because when I do review pedals, I try to work with companies where I actually like the pedal. I think that's important, rather than just demoing thousands of pedals and not liking any of them. There's a few other pedals. This is Thorpe EFX. This is a really good. This is a Warthog. This is great. Tremo Vibe by Carl Martin. Excellent pedal. These are my two overdrives, and this is my favourite overdrive in the whole world. And made by Providence when Free the Tone was based at Providence. Bit complicated. This is number 61, and this is number 28, and they both sound amazing. What we got here, we've got the amp set up. We've got a Filmer Sound Projector amp in there, an old WEM, some Mystic Blues from Sweden, Blue Tone effects, loop thingy. And the cabs, we've got 2x12 Celestion, we've got one Altec Lansing. Altec Lansing speakers are really sort of, it's you either love it or you don't. And Carlos Santana uses one, of course. And the reason I like them is just because they were used firstly by Howard Dumble, or Alexander Dumble, in his Dumble amps, and so that's the reason I like them. And Randy Rhoads apparently used them as well, so there you go. Bit of a harsh sound, but once you can get used to it, then they're really nice and chimey. We've got some Dumbulators, more Dumbulators there. For some reason I've got 3 of them, don't know why that is. We've got the another Swedish Mystic Blues there. This is my favourite amp at the moment, or one of them. They all are, I like them all, but this is a Filmer Sound amp modded by Bill Crenard from 2 Rock, and he's only done a few of these, so I'm very thankful to Bill for doing that, and that sounds absolutely amazing. So it's like a little Tweed Deluxe, and this is the Call album by Dominic Miller, Manolita Simone. It's a Cuban album which I think looks cool in there. So that's that. We've got Victoria amps, Reverberamo. So this is kind of all gear that's staying, because I get gear come in and out, but this is the stuff that's going to stay. This is a Reverberamo, which is a reverb and vibrato unit, and this is my signature Mystic Blues amp, which is basically when I was telling you when I first started playing guitar. When I first started playing guitar, my hero was Steve Ray Vaughan and Robin Ford and Wes Montgomery, Django Reinhardt, those kind of guys. And for me, one of the best guitar tones I heard was the vinyl version of Texas Flood. So I asked this guy in Sweden, I said, can you make me an amp that sounds like the amp that's on Texas Flood? And he said, no, I can't do that, but I can do this. And it sounded pretty close, so that's why I like this amp. So that's called the RG for Ramon Goose. RG70. So bit of narcissistic glee there. But that's a cool amp. And yeah, the speaker in here is a JBL E120. These are really rare speakers, so let me just pull this out so I can show you this speaker, because it's a great speaker. So that is the JBL E120 speaker, and I think it's a monster speaker. It's like 300 watts, I think. And it's crazy. It's very, very heavy. It's a monster, but it just gives incredible chime. So that's why we use that. It's another guy tone. Now this is a guitar. I had about 3 of these guitars, and basically what I did is pulled the pickups out, sold the 2 others, but I decided to keep this one. This one was absolutely in a really bad condition, and I just couldn't sell it because I'd feel guilty about selling a guitar in such disrepair. I mean, you can kind of see here. It's got cracks. Look at that big crack there. If I just, so I thought, rather than sell this, I mean, it's got a reputation for being a horrible, horrible guitar. So I just thought maybe it'd be a cool project to try and make it good. So this has got Mojo pickup in there, and it's got the original Gaia Tone gold foil. And it is actually a really nice. It's kind of what I'm going to be using it for is more sort of punky blues, kind of R.L. Burnside style, through fuzz pedals and stuff, for an upcoming project. So I just thought it'd be cool to have, Now this is my effects loop. So it's just a 3-tone delay pedal and reverb pedal, and that's just for my effects loop. So this amp here and this amp here have effects loops, and so that's what I use in the effects loop of these amps. And I think that's about it, really. We've just got some lights here. We've got an Audio Technica. We've got another ribbon microphone. So behind here, this is a cupboard here, and I've just put some paper here over the top. But inside here is a speaker, which is a Celestion Type A. And so when I'm doing louder stuff, I can just run a cable inside there, and there's a ribbon microphone in there. So that's how I do most of my sounds. And then that goes through this thing here called a DAV channel switcher, and these are really, really good. And then it goes through the Focusrite into Pro Tools. And that's pretty much it. We've got another fuzz pedal here. There's pedals all over the place, but this is another cool pedal. This is Thorpe Effects. Thorpe is a really cool guy. He's a good friend of mine now, and he started his career just making lots of different pedals and like kind of fuzzes and clones of other pedals, and so that's one of his earlier designs, and it's a really, really cool fuzz face pedal, and so I use that quite a bit. What else to show you? I mean, that's about it. I think I've shown you the best bits, and so this is how I do my demos, and just really, you don't need these aren't the best amps in the world. Nobody has the best amp in the world, well, unless you have a Dumble, I guess, or an old Vox AC15 or Vibroverb, but these are just kind of a pretty generic sound. They're pretty quiet. The reason I like these amplifiers, these Swedish ones, is because they're quite neutral sounding. So, they don't sort of colour the sound too much. They just amplify the guitar, and that's it, in a kind of give it a tubey sort of tone. The Filmer sound, however, is much more vibey. It's more saggy, and it's definitely puts an imprint on the sound. So, but when you're recording demos for pedals and equipment, the Swedish amps are great because, like I said, it's a very neutral sound and doesn't impart much of its own tone onto the guitar tone. So you can really hear the guitar and you can really hear the pedal. So that's why I try and use these amps. Okay, that's pretty much it. Don't forget to leave some comments if you want me to do a certain lesson or review a bit of gear. And Thanks very much for watching. Signing out.